I'm Ms. Karen at Adams Memorial Library. Thank you very much for joining me for the April Bake-A-Tale. So I don't know if you've ever heard the saying, April showers bring May flowers. Well, that put me in the idea of doing rain for Bake-A-Tale this month. So the cookies are supposed to look like puddles. You see, so some of them are, sparkly puddles. Some of them are just plain blue puddles. Some of them are to look like watery puddles. So they're sugar cookies to look like puddles. And if there was a rainy day, they could be rainy day cookies because you want something to do on a rainy day. If it's raining, you can eat them. If it's raining, you can make them. Or you could read the books that I have or do the crafts, because that's what we do at Bake-A-Tale. It is when we talk about stories and a recipe and crafts to go with them. And we will have kits available for you to come in and pick up in the children's room, and it'll have the materials so you can make the crafts this month, which will also be sort of rain-based, or at least starting with rain and then going to rainbows. So there's this pop-up rainbow card and a couple of corner bookmarks. You know I love these. And one is a rainbow cloud bookmark and one is a rainy showers day bookmark. Or it's also called a shower you with love bookmark. So you could put hearts on it too if you would like. But let me tell you a little bit about the rain stories that I have. This one is just called Rain, and it's written by Linda Ashman and illustrated by Christian Robinson. This is Hello Rain, written by Keo McClear and illustrated by Chris Turnham. And this one, I think this one is very funny. This is one of my favorite rain stories, and it's done by a daughter and father. Kate Pfeiffer wrote the words, and Jules Pfeiffer, her dad, did the pictures. So let me tell you a little bit about these ones. Well, in rain, sometimes rain makes people cranky, and sometimes rain makes people excited, especially if you have a frog hat to wear. So this boy and his mom are pretty happy about the rain because you can always jump in puddles, and that's fun if you've got your boots on. But somebody else in the city, not so happy about the rain. He's cranky. He says, rain. And this little fella says, rain. And turns out they're both going to the same place to go to a coffee shop. But the gentleman is just so cranky that he kind of makes everybody else around him cranky too. And so he says, coffee, black. And kind of makes the woman working at the store cranky or feel kind of bad too. But this little guy looks and says, yum, cocoa and cookies, please. So it's about, can rain make you feel better? Is there ever any good things about rain? Check this book out and read it while you're waiting for your rainy day cookies to bake and find out. And Hello Rain is just talks about all the wonderful things you can do in the rain, like jumping in puddles. See, again, it is so much fun to jump in puddles, especially if you have your beautiful boots and your beautiful umbrella. And she does, and look, see, dog even has a raincoat too. So they're set. So she's got a green, orange, yellow, and blue cheerful umbrella, and that makes everything more cheerful. And they can go outside and play unless crack, crash. Uh-oh. It starts to storm. If it's thunder and lightning, then time to go in and do some indoor rainy day activities. This last one, My Side of the Car, is based on a true story. When Kate, the daughter, and Jules, the father, are trying to go to the zoo. But in the story, they fictionalized it a little bit. So the little girl's name is Sadie, and she really wants to go to the zoo. And she and her dad have been trying to go to the zoo forever, but something keeps going wrong. One time her mother hurt her foot. One time the grandparents came for a surprise visit. One time the dog got lost. But today, Sadie says, nothing can stop us. Nothing, not even an escaped tiger. But then her dad says, Sadie, it's raining. And Sadie says, it's not raining on my side of the car. And Dad's like, are you sure? Because it's raining pretty hard on my side of the car. And Sade says, no, it's nice and sunny on my side of the car. I don't know. Have you ever heard of that, where it's only raining on one side of the car? But Sadie keeps saying, nope, on my side it's dry. We should probably try to go to the zoo. On my side, people are out in the sun and having a good time. So I don't know, are they going to make it to the zoo? Is it going to be too wet? What will happen? So these are some books that you can come in and check out at the library, and they'll put you in the mood to make rainy day cookies and rainy day crafts. The recipe for the cookies this month comes from this book, Mr. Cookie Baker, written and illustrated by Monica Wellington, because I figured if these sugar cookies are good enough for Mr. Cookie Baker, they're good enough for me. So the recipe from Mr. Cookie Baker will be in your kit. And it's just a sugar cookie recipe. It's easy. Just mix them up. I used the dough and I used the icing from Mr. Cookie Baker's recipe. And then when I decorated them, it's white icing. So on some of the cookies, I put blue sugar. On some of them, I put blue sugar and colored sugar. On some of them, I dipped a toothpick into blue food coloring and kind of swirled it around a little. And sometimes I put blue sugar on the top of that too. Sometimes I did the blue food coloring and colored sugar, all of them just to look like fancy shiny puddles. But remember, if you do make the cookies, always more fun to bake together. So there should always be an adult around when you're baking. But if you want to make, I just made them into round cookies just to look like puddles, but you can use this cookie recipe and make whatever shape cookies you would like. And you can decorate them anyway, but if you do decide to make them into puddles, I recommend blue sugar, lots of sugar, and maybe some blue food coloring, and then swirl it around and it'll look just like a puddle. Good enough to eat, and if it was big enough, it'd be good enough to jump into. The first craft is this pop-up rainbow card. So if you were going to give the card to somebody, it would look like this, and then when they would open it up, they could see the rainbow. And I put a couple of clouds in. I put a sunny cloud and a rainy cloud, and I wrote April showers bring rainbows. Besides flowers in May, they could also bring rainbows. But to make this, in your kit, there will be a piece of blue cardstock that you'll take and fold in half. And there will also be, see how it's white on this side? There will also be a 14-inch long rectangle of paper. And that is what you're going to color. You could color it to make a rainbow, or if you want to do a different design, you can color it however you would like. But it's going to be a long piece of paper, and you will color it. If you're doing rainbows, you're going to make the stripes go across. So color it all, use up all the space, color it however you would like. If you're going to make rainbows, I actually divided mine into, I think I had 6 colors. So I divided mine into 6 equal spaces, and I colored one red, one orange, one yellow, one green, one blue, one purple. You can decide how you want to do that. If you want to make it even, however you want to do it, color from one end of the paper to the other. Then when it's all colored, you're going to fold it like this. It's called accordion folding. So you'll start at the short end and you bend. You want to have a lot of pleats in it, so maybe a 1/2 inch. So not very big pleats. It's going to take a little while. At least it took me a little while to get it all folded. But you'll fold you want it to be folded so you'll be able to have the rainbow on the inside. So you fold it 1/2 inch one way, and then you do it kind of over and under and over and under and over and under and over and under till you get to the very end. And then you should have a little kind of 1/2 inch wide. It's going to look like this. It's all going to be pleated and folded together, and you can hold on to it. And then once it's all done and it's all folded, you'll take the glue stick that will be in your kit, put some glue on one end, and press it into the card. So you can see I left a little bit of space at the top and some more space underneath so I could write on it and I could put clouds. So leave yourself some space so you can put whatever else you would like on the card. But when it's still all folded up and compressed, you're going to put one side onto the card. You're going to glue the end. So it's going to be going flat like this. Once you have it in place, and you probably want it to go kind of right to that center fold. So you'll have it on one side, and then you will take the other side, put glue on that too, and then you will close the card on it. So the second side that you put the glue on, the card's going to go on top of it. And then you can press it down with your hand. You can put it under a book to put some weight on it because you want to make sure that the glue is good and dry on it because you don't want it to pop off again. You want it to stay on so it'll pop up. So you probably don't want to move it until after the glue is dry. But then once the glue is dry, and you do it so you'll have the color side showing when you open it. Then you can take some of the other scraps of paper that will be in your kit and you can make clouds or whatever else you would like. And then you can send this to somebody. You can write a message. You could give it to somebody to say, have a nice day or happy April or whatever you would like. It is your card. You can do it to your design or you can just use it as a decoration. The other crafts are these little corner bookmarks to look like clouds. See, this one looks like a cloud with some rain coming down. This one looks like a cloud with a rainbow coming down from it. And they're corner bookmarks, so they just fit right on the corner of the page of your book. And then this part is what will be inside the book. And all of the crafts that I had for you this month, are from Red Ted Art, and they have so many of these bookmarks. And I've done these before because I think this is just the greatest thing ever. And I think, we're the library. We want you to have books so we can never have too many bookmarks. How you will do these is, I've showed you before, so let me show you a little bit again. You can take the white paper, the copier paper that's in your kit, and you should be able to get 2 squares out of it. That will be about 5.5 inches. It's going to be 11 inches long if you cut it in half and then make squares from that. The squares will be 5.5 inches long. So you'll make it into a triangle. Have the long side at the bottom. And then you will take the points on the outsides and fold them up to the top. So you'll take this one to the top and that one to the top, and then it'll make a little diamond. Once you've done that, you open it up again. And then there will be 2 pieces of paper at the top because that's where you folded it. You fold down, so there's 2 pieces of paper. You want it to have an opening, and that's how it will go over the page. So you're going to fold down just one of the top corners. And then these parts on the end that you unfolded, you're going to fold those back again, but instead of taking them to the top, you're going to tuck them into this little pocket here. So you'll fold one in, fold the other one in, and tuck it into that pocket like that. So you'll have an opening. And for this particular one, to make the clouds, you're going to take the extra part at the top and fold that into. So then it's going to be folded into a little triangle with an opening in it. So it'd be like a little boat or something. Now, the top of the triangle, the closed side, is going to be the top of your cloud. And it would be easier to color on it if you do it on the plain side, not the side that has the folds. So I use that as the back, and I use this plain side as the front. And here's the part that's a little bit tricky about making these clouds. You want to draw a cloud design on this triangle, but the tricky part is you need to get most of the cloud be touching the edges here. You see how this is almost the same size. There's very little cut out because if you cut in here too deep, then the bookmark will fall apart. And if it does fall apart, you can always tape it back together or glue it back together or just try again. Put an extra piece of paper in the kit just so you'll have a little bit extra to practice on. you will take this triangle and draw a cloud, draw puffs of the cloud very close to the edge. So you only want to be cutting a tiny little bit away. So here's a little bit of a cut. Here's a little cut, little cuts on this bottom part. But most of it is going to be touching because you want these edges to still be together. You can see there's a little hole here and a little hole here, but most of it is still attached. So first draw it with the pencil, and then once you have your cloud looking the way you would like, and it's going to be kind of a pointy cloud, but once you have it how you like, you can go over it again with a black pen or a black marker. You can draw a little face on. And for this one, the rainy day, the rainy showers cloud, you can take some blue paper if you'd like and cut some strips, as many as you would like, and then you can cut out raindrops, you can cut out hearts, you can cut out flowers, you can cut out whatever you would like, and just glue those on. When you've cut these strips, you want to glue it just to the inside of the front of your cloud. So it's going to be on the back of the part where the face is. And it's going to be glued just on here, because if you glue it in the back, then it won't fit onto your page of your book as well. So cut the strips, decorate the strips how you would like. You can just color on them if you would like. You don't have to cut out things and glue them on. But when you're ready to attach it to the bottom of your cloud, just again, put it on the inside of the front part. And for the rainbow, there'll be different colored paper in your kit, so you can make all colors of rainbow if you would like. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different colors in the kit. So if you would like to put all of them, you're probably going to have to cut them fairly thin to fit underneath, because the cloud's not that wide. So I found it easier to cut the strips first, and then I tape them together and then glue the whole thing in. So this is together. If you want to do it that way, you can tape it and then glue the whole 7 rows together in, or you can do it individually if you don't mind doing it that way. And again, you'll want to tape it or glue it onto the front part of the card, and then the rainbow will be in your book. Every time you open your book again, you will see a beautiful rainbow. So if you are able to come in and get a kit, please come down to the children's room and get one. It'll have the recipe, it'll have the list of books, and it'll have the materials to make the crafts in it. If you're not able to come in, you can always email us at kids@adamslib.org, and I would be happy to send you the recipe and send you out the directions on how to make these. You can always call us and we can have the kits ready for you, and you can pick them up through curbside service. And if you would like the books, you can come into the library and check out the books. So thank you very much for joining me this month, and I will see you again next month, and then we'll bake something else. So friends, happy crafting, happy reading, happy baking, and I'll see you next time. Thank you, everybody. Bye.